Hey team, Weekend here bringing you a video covering Serqet from front to back. This video is going to include abilities to use, how you want to rank them up, what items you want to build, and some situational stuff. Start off with is your build. You want to rank up your 1 first, you then want to max your ult, third you want to max your 2, which is your taunt, and finally you max your 3, which is your leap, and mainly used for mobility. Your 1 is ranked up first because it's all your damage pretty much, has a 6-second cooldown once you finish Jotuns, and it'll be your sustain, it'll be your burst, it'll be pretty much the main points of your kit once you have crit up also. Your ult does pure damage, true damage, sorry, and it's very important that you rank that up over your 2. It's your second point of damage aside from your auto attack combo from your passive, and that's just very important to remember. If you rank up your abilities like that, you'll see a lot more success than any other way. Now to get into the item build, you want to start off with Warrior Tabby Boots. You just want penetration. You don't need full CDR on Serqet. There's no reason for it. You want to be putting out as much damage as possible. Next I go Jotuns. It's pretty key. When you're chasing people, when you're running, when you're fighting, you need your ability based. The god is 100% ability based. You very rarely auto attack more than 2-3 times in a row. So make sure you're going Jotun's second item. After this, you really want to get into the core of your build, which is going to be your crit. Once you have Deathbringer up completely running, you will be one-shotting people through a full rotation of your abilities. The Deathbringer third item is very, very important because you want to burst someone down instantly. You don't want to be in a sustained 1v1 with somebody. You want to kill them, you want to get out, or you want to kill them and move on to the next target. Fourth item, you're going Magi's Blessing. You want the CC reduction. You do not want to get CC'd when you're taunting somebody or when you're using your 1. If this happens, you will lose out on a lot of damage. So having Magi's will prevent that. It'll give you some defense, it'll give you some health, it'll keep you in the fight longer, and it'll also save your life when you're trying to bait. Fifth item, you're looking at Malice. A lot of people won't agree with me on this, but you do not auto attack very often. So the fact that you get way more damage out of Malice than any other crit item, you do get the 20% crit, you also get a dot put up when you auto attack, and you do auto attack out of your rotation because that's how your passive works. Your passive puts up a poison, so you're auto attacking when you have 2 or 3 poisons up, get that dot up also, that's a ton of damage. Last item, you're going Titan's Bane. You need the penetration late game to kill the tanks, to kill the tanky targets, and that's going to be the perfect round out to this build. As long as you build like this and you play in the way I'm going to show you, you will see a lot of success. Now to start off with, you do not always have to have your ult up to gank on Serqet. It's not like Nemesis. If you up your 2 on somebody and then you use your 1 on them, you get 2 poisons on them. That's going to be 10% of their health just from an auto attack on top of all the burst damage that you're already doing. Just remember that. You do not have to ult. If you can get in range of somebody to 2 them, you can 2 them, 1 them, and kill them a lot of the time, especially if they're not at full health. As you can see here, it's the same situation. I didn't even have to. I can get in range for auto attacks first, which is very important. If you can get in range and get a little bit of poke off before you actually do your abilities, you're going to see a lot more success than just running in, throwing your 2, throwing your 1, and then trying to kill them. When you're in a pure 1v1 situation, there are 2 ways to go through your rotation. You can 2 first, and then 1, and then ult. This can allow people to get away sometimes, which can be very frustrating, so you really need to watch out when you're doing that. If you decide to use your 2 first, and then your 1, and then your ult as your third damage in your rotation, you really want to throw the target away from where they want to run. As you can see, this rotation I'm using now is a little bit better. You ult first, and then you 2, and then you 1. If you do this, the person will be trying to get away. So when you 2 them and pull them back into you, on Athena, it'll cancel their dash. On a lot of gods, they'll use abilities to get away, and you'll pull them right back to you. And then you can burst them down. On targets that don't have a lot of mobility, it doesn't matter as much as which rotation you go through. If you 2 first and 1 and then all on a Zeus, as you can just see, they're not going to get away. It's a Zeus. You're good. You can sustain and sit on that target very easily. Next off is when you're fighting in 2v1 situations. You want to use your taunt on both targets. Right there, you could see that I threw my 2 on the Zeus, and then I threw my 2 on the Baka. This pulls them together, they're attacking each other, and I can use my 1 on both of them. I bursted them both down below half was able to chase down the Baka, and because of the mobility you have on Serqet, you can chase just about anyone down. I ran all the way across the map pretty much, made it all the way back to the Zeus. Something you really want to watch out for is Aegis. Aegis is very good against Serqet. If you avoid auto-attacking into an Aegis to keep your poisons up, it's going to be very important. Here's another situation where you're just putting your 2 on both targets. You don't just want to use your taunt on one target, and it hits them both, they get poked down and they run away. And any team help in that situation, they're pulled together. It's very easy to land your abilities for your teammates, and it'll result in a lot of kills for you. And even when you're low, it can be kind of safe as long as you can land both taunts on both targets. When you do your full rotation, you want to get 3 poisons up. You want to make sure you never use your 2 and then auto attack. If you use your 2, you go right into your 1, your first ability, and then you go right into your ult. You do not auto attack once, any point in time in this rotation. And that's because if you auto attack, you'll take off your passive poison and you won't do a 20% damage burst to them. If you don't have 3 poisons up, you're not doing it efficiently. If you're going through your full rotation, you're doing something wrong. So make sure you avoid auto attacking in the middle of your combo. There's no reason for it. It doesn't help you. You want to make sure if you're using all 3 abilities, if you plan on it, you're putting all 3 poisons up on somebody, then you whack them, and then you can auto attack and do whatever you want. Once you get to full build on Serqet, you're very mobile, you can do a lot of damage and bait, and this is what I'm doing here. I picked off one person, he was actually trying to bait me, and I'm able to run all the way down the lane, pick off more people, help in the team fight, and then chase all the way back down the lane. You just need to remember, you don't have to be afraid on Serqet, but once you get to late game, if you aren't baiting, you do not want to be the front line. You want to make sure your team goes in and you're looking for the 1v1 situations. I'm hoping this guide helped you guys. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. Please like and subscribe my video, and thanks a bunch, guys.